Hello friends, welcome. It's our next part, that is balancing of a chemical equation from standard 10th science first part. Before starting actual content, we shall revise what we have studied till now. As usual, I expect you to take your notebooks to note important points. Till now, we have seen regarding chemical reactions, chemical equation, reactants and products, writing of a chemical equation, and the nonsense symbols used to write a chemical equation. You can see here or you can have a look on this chart. All the necessary symbols and their meanings are noted here. We also know why to balance a chemical equation. Do you remember? Yes, very good. As mass and number of atoms are conserved in a chemical change, we must write a balanced equation. If the equation remains unbalanced, the condition will be something like this. Here in this diagram, you can see balanced and unbalanced equation of hydrochloric acid formation. This is the diagrammatic representation of unbalanced and balanced equations for the formation of hydrochloric acid. Now our main content, that is balancing of a chemical equation. It is seen that the number of atoms of the elements in the reactants in equation is same as the number of atoms of those elements in the products. That is, the number of atoms that are present in the reactant side as well as the number of atoms that are present to the product side, that must be same. Such an equation, it is called as balance equation. Main ideas about the balancing of a chemical equation are: chemical reactions are presented by chemical equations. Chemical equations are balanced to show the same number of atoms of each element on each side, that is reactant side and product side. The law of conservation of mass says that the atoms won't be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. That is, total mass that is present in the reactant side should be present in the product side. Now, how to balance a chemical reaction? What are the steps to balance a chemical reaction? Our first step is to write down the given word equation in chemical equation form. When you are given a chemical change or reaction, you simply have to note it down in word equation first and then condense it in a chemical equation form. Okay. Now let us take an example of the reaction of sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Here we get sodium sulfate and water. For this reaction, the word equation will be as you can see here, sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid. It gives sodium sulfate plus water. Now we have to convert the word equation in a chemical form or chemical equation form. Now the chemical equation will be as NaOH plus H2SO4. It gives Na2SO4 plus H2. Okay, this is our first step. Now our second step is to check whether the given equation it is balanced or not. Just check whether the given equation is balanced equation or unbalanced equation. For this, we have to count the number of atoms of all the elements that are present in the equation on reactant side as well as on the product side. Here we have tabulated the data to calculate or to compare. We can see there are overall 4 elements, that is sodium, oxygen, hydrogen and sulfur. If you have noted the reaction, check out the table. If not, pause the video, take notebook and then note reaction and then check out the table. You can see the variation in the number of atoms on reactant and product side. It is not a balanced reaction. So, we have to balance the chemical equation. So, we have to balance the number of atoms on reactant side and product side. For this, you have to remember that for balancing this, you should never ever change the chemical formula of the given compound. So, you have to add a smallest coefficient there. Now suppose H2O is a compound. In H2O, H2, there 2 is written at the base of hydrogen, which is called as subscript. Subscript is the number of atoms of the element found in the substance. Okay. And if we take 2H2O, that is 2 molecules of H2O. Here 2 is used before H2O. It is a coefficient used. It is a number before the symbol or formula of a substance. Always remember, while balancing a chemical reaction, you have to use a smallest coefficient and never change the subscript or a chemical formula of any compound. Now, back to our third stage, that is balance the equation by adjusting smallest coefficient. To balance this chemical equation or any chemical equation, it is convenient to start balancing an equation from the compound which contains the maximum number of atoms. Now, in this reaction, you can see initially in the reactant side, that is in the sodium hydroxide, there is only one atom of sodium, while in the product side, in sodium sulfate, there are two atoms of sodium. Now we have to balance the number of sodium atoms. For that, we cannot use Na2OH to balance the sodium atoms in the reactant side. Okay, we cannot change the subscript here. If we change the subscript, the formula will be Na2OH, and Na2OH, it is not sodium hydroxide. The compound or the chemical formula will be changed. So here we have to use the coefficient 2 in front of NaOH before NaOH. Now if we use this coefficient 2 in the reactant side for sodium hydroxide, we will get the equation as, here you can see 2NaOH plus H2SO4, it gives sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4 plus H2O. Now here we have balanced the number of sodium atoms. Now we have to check whether all the molecules of all the elements are balanced or not. The same way, if all the atoms are not balanced, again we have to balance the remaining atoms so that total equation should be balanced. Now the equation which we have formed by balancing sodium atom was 2NaOH plus H2SO4, it gives Na2SO4 plus H2. Now we can see that the number of sodium atoms are balanced to the LHS and to the RHS, that is to reactant side and product side. The number of sodium atoms is 2 and 2, but the number of oxygen, hydrogen, they are not same on the reactant side and product side. So again we have to balance the number of oxygen and hydrogen elements. So let us balance the hydrogen atoms again. The equation which we had originally, that is 2NaOH plus H2SO4, it gives Na2SO4 plus H2. The equation is written here in front of you. Now we have to balance hydrogen atom here. Initially in the reactant side, In sodium hydroxide and in H2SO4, there are total 4 atoms in the reactant side. While in the product side, there are only 2 atoms of hydrogen in H2O. So, to balance the number of hydrogen in the product side, we have to take the coefficient 2 there. Okay, we are not changing the subscript. We are taking the coefficient 2 for H2O. Okay, now the chemical equation will be 2NaOH. The last chemical equation you can see here, 2NaOH plus H2SO4, it gives Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. Okay, here 2H2O, this 2 before H2O, it is the coefficient to balance the number of hydrogen atoms. Okay, now here in our last equation, we can observe and calculate the total number of atoms of sodium, oxygen, hydrogen and sulfur. We can see that in the reactant side as well as in the product side, the number of all these 4 atoms, it is equal now. That is, we can say that this equation is chemically a balanced equation now. So, lastly, we have to write down the final balanced equation again. Okay, the equation will be 2NaOH plus H2SO4, it gives Na2SO4 plus H2O. In this way, a balanced equation is obtained from an unbalanced equation by applying proper factors and coefficients to appropriate reactants or products so as to balance the number of each element in step. Okay. Now, let us take another example here. Here, the reaction is between methane and oxygen. That is, when methane reacts with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide plus water. Here, in the reactant side, we can see that there is 1 carbon atom, 4 hydrogen atoms, while 4 oxygen atoms. In the product side as well, 1 carbon atom is there, 4 hydrogen atoms are there and 4 oxygen atoms are there. This is a well balanced chemical equation. So, while balancing a chemical equation, what we have done exactly? Let us revise. While balancing a chemical equation, the steps used are: write the formula of the substances, that is, write a chemical equation first. The second step used was count the number of atoms in each element on each side of the equation. That is, count the number of atoms of each and every element for reactant side as well as product side. Then in third step, we have to adjust the coefficient, that is, to adjust the number of atoms of elements, or to balance the number of elements, we have to use or adjust the coefficient there. Okay, we have to add the coefficient so as to balance each and every atom present in the reactant side as well as product side. Now, lastly, check if the number of atoms of each element is same on both a reactant and product side. If you got the number of atoms exactly similar to a reactant and product side, you can say that your chemical equation is well balanced. In this way, we have learned about balancing of the chemical equation. Thank you.